So Dave, tell me about the Barstool Fund and how it came about.
So I was ranting and raving, which I'm prone to do. Basically, when I'm in New York and when they shut down indoor dining here again, I basically want to rant. Like, I don't know how bars, restaurants, and small businesses are going to survive because it had already been so long. And now they're being told you can't have customers inside. It's freezing. And I just didn't know it. They're not getting money from the government and they're not being allowed to run their business. So there's only one outcome, and that's they go out of business. So I did a rant, and I was basically challenged like, hey, buddy, put your money where your mouth is. And that's essentially what I did. So I put 500 grand of my own money and started this thing called the Barstool Fund. And then I challenged people I know or our fans that donate if you can. And at the same time, if you're a small business who needs help, basically just getting through this thing, just so you can survive and be there when the country opens up, submit an application and we'll try to help as many small businesses as we can.
And are you surprised by the response it's gotten so far?
You know, I've been doing this so long, almost nothing surprises me anymore, but it's been encouraging. And I think what happened is once we started doing these FaceTime videos with the companies who are actually getting the money, and you can see the reaction of the owners and like the relief just wash over them, and a lot of them get emotional. Once we put a face to just how much the struggle is, I think people got moved by it, and that's when the donations really started rolling in.
And to see the support from the local people from Massachusetts, the Patriots, Ernie Bach Jr., what does that mean to you?
I mean, that's always good. No matter where I am, I'm a Boston guy, and that'll never change. And I was, you know, the Ernie Bach donation was unsolicited. Like Greg Hill reached out. He's like, hey, I got a donor. $1 million without asking is amazing. And it's almost full circle because when I started Barstool, I used to try to call Ernie like 100 times a day to get like a $25 ad. I never got through to him. And now he's donating $1 million to a great charity, great cause. So yeah, it's great. And the support is always really strong from Massachusetts, Boston area.
We're heading to George's Barbershop next in Saugus. I think to be able to hear these local stories is really resonating with a lot of people, but George's in particular, or the places from Massachusetts, just hearing their stories, what really resonates with you about those stories?
Well, I mean, George has cut one of our employees' hair, Jared Carabas. So, I mean, that's crazy. And a barbershop is another one that may not jump right out that's affected, but there's so many companies. We did a sports bar in Newburyport. And just, you know, anytime you're traveling all over the place, the places near home remind you of your home. So it's always nice to be able to you know, help people from my neck of the woods. And there's so many stories, like so many connections to me or Barstool, because that's where Barstool was born and we've been there forever. So, you know, and a lot of local businesses I know, we're just cutting like myself, just separate checks, because it's like, these are people that were there for me and I love going to, like, growing up.
Local businesses in general, why is it so important for you to fight for them right now?
So I still consider Barstool a small business at heart. I mean, it took me 2 decades to grow this thing. It started with 1 employee, and then like employee number 2, Paul, who's still with us, like we worked out of my kitchen, and then you slowly get employee 3. And it was 10 years of my life, like grinding every day. And if COVID hit at year 10, that would have been the end of Barstool. And I could never imagine being in that position where it's like, I put so much into something and just have it ripped away with nothing you can do. There's no way to fight it. So that is something that I can't imagine being in that position. And luckily we're kind of an online company, so we've been able to avoid a little bit of, you know, the damage, but we're in a position to help. So that's what we're doing.
Hey, you're over $25 million. Where are you hoping it goes from here?
Infinity. It's like, honestly, we can, unless the government steps in and does something huge, which hopefully they do, we'll never be able to raise enough money. So every dollar counts. We get it and we give it out almost instantly. Like these businesses have it within 72 hours. So, you know, I'm just going to keep pounding the pavement and trying to raise as much as we can.
Anything else you wanted to add?
No, that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you will go to barstoolfund.com, you can donate there. And again, every dollar matters, no matter how large, how small. And also, if you're a business who needs help, you can nominate yourself and fill out the application there.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Dave. I know you're busy. We appreciate your time today.
No problem. See you later.
Okay, bye.